Hey sis, welcome back to Chanel's Corner. Today we're going to talk about being a good friend. Are you a good friend? Are you not a good friend? Do you not have any good friends? So I feel like this generation, we don't really know how to be good friends. I know I've had a batch of not good friends, bad friends. So we're just going to talk about some traits of being a good friend. Okay, so first of all, what is a friend? I did look up the definition of a friend, and of course there were like multiple definitions, but I think this one that I have here fit the most. If you see me looking down, I'm looking at some notes that I wrote. So, this definition of a friend says a person who you know well and who you like a lot, but who is usually not a member of your family. But that is, a good description of a friend, but that's not really telling, what a friend does. So, here are some things a good friend is, or a good friend does. A good friend is trustworthy. Can you trust your friend? Like literally, can you trust your friend with like anything that you do? With simple things, leaving your house alone with them, still there. Can you trust your friend to drive your car? Can you trust your friend with your life? Really, can you trust your friend? And a lot of times, like especially in this generation, you really can't trust people. A lot of people end up, acting like they love you so much and they have your back, and then turn around and they show their phoniness. They show the real them, and they're not really a good friend at all, actually. So, your friend has to be trustworthy. Someone who has never turned their back on you, someone who's never switched up on you, and is literally just somebody that you can trust around you, your children, your love, all of your loved ones. Just somebody who is genuine and true. Okay, also a good friend is honest. I'm that honest friend. I'm gonna tell you that now. I am that honest friend. And for those of you who know me, I am can actually speak for me and tell that I am very honest. Like sometimes it may be a little bit too honest, but yes, being honest is very important as a friend because, for example, if your friend is doing something stupid over and over and over and over and over again, you have to be able to tell your friend like, sis, you got to sit your friend down, sis. You're doing stupid stuff, period. Like, what you're doing right now is stupid. It's not getting you nowhere, and you look dumb. So, that's what an honest friend does. An honest friend tells the absolute truth, no matter how bad it hurts. You got to tell the truth. A friend is dependable. Oh my goodness. Dependable. A friend is dependable. Can I depend on you? If my car broke down out of nowhere, can I depend on you to come and rescue me? And rescue me? No, I'm not saying call out of work, but dang, like if I know that you're not doing anything and I'm calling you, can I depend on you to, come help me with things? Can I depend on you to be there by my side when I'm going through, life situations? You have to be dependable, and that is a very, very, very important trait of being a good friend. A good friend is loyal. Oh my God, this is the big one because I see people talking so much about loyalty. Is she loyal? Are you loyal? You got to have loyal people around you. Da 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 da. Well, that is true. Are you loyal? What is loyalty? Like, what is the actual definition? I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna like try to give a definition of loyalty because I like to give like the exact definition from like the dictionary. But being loyal to me as a friend is always holding me down, like no matter what the situation may be, no matter what, life throws my way. You know what I'm saying? Whatever we might even go through as friends, are you still going to be loyal? Or are you going to turn around as soon as we, are having an argument or something, or really not on the same page? Are you going to go behind my back and talk about me to other people just because we on bad terms right now? If you do, you're not a loyal friend, sis. Having empathy. Oh my God. I think this generation we really lack having empathy. Like we don't have any empathy at all. Like people think it's funny when others are getting hurt. Like, we have no empathy, no sympathy for people, you know, feeling sorry. Like, I have friends, my friends are so good. I have friends, I've come home and just cried and cried on their shoulder. Literally, they didn't say anything. They just sat there and let me cry on their shoulder. Like, that is so important because you don't always need to say something. You know what I'm saying? And you don't always need to hear something. Sometimes you just need to cry. Sometimes you just need to get out what you're trying to get out. And you don't want anybody's opinion. You don't want anybody to say anything. You just want to get it out and vent it out. And you want to do it with somebody who will listen to you. And, you know, somebody that loves you and won't judge you. And speaking of judging, a good friend is not judgmental. Oh my goodness. A good friend is not judgmental at all. No matter what. If your friend is a hoe, and that ties in with being honest, tell her let her know she a hoe. Period, sis. Let your friend know that she a hoe if she being a hoe. Now, we don't let each other look silly now. But if your friend is a hoe, for example, let her know that she's a hoe. But that doesn't mean you have to stop being a friend. You have to help her out of that situation. You know what I'm saying? Help her to realize that she's better, you know, and her worth is more than being that way, than doing things like that, than, you know, treating her body and herself like that. But you don't judge your friend just because they do bad things, because I'm sure you've done bad things and you didn't want people to judge you off of that. That doesn't mean that, you know, that makes them a bad person. Or some people just do things, you know, because they feel like they have to at that moment. And sometimes we just make decisions, you know, right then and there. We don't always make good decisions. So you can't judge your friends. And last but not least of being a good friend, listening. Oh my goodness, you have to listen to your friends, seriously. And I don't mean listen to like have a response after that. I'm talking about listening, taking it in, soaking it in. And if you need to say something, if there needs to be a response, if they are asking you for their advice, then do that and respond. But really, you really got to listen to your friends, because a lot of the time, you know, a lot of the times, you being a friend or you being a friend to somebody, you are all that they have to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't always go to their family and, you know, their moms, their dads to talk about certain situations. So you really need to be there to listen, because you don't know what your friends are going through, and you go through things too. And when you go through things, you want them to listen to you too. You don't want them to always have, you know, such a negative response to what to what you're bringing to them and what you're bringing to the table to, you know, vent out. So you have to be a good listening friend, and being a good friend in general is just really important. I really cherish all of my friends. Like, I have great friends. I've never been that friend that was like, been that girl that was like, oh my God, I have no female friends. I've always had female friends. I've always had female friends. All of them are not currently in my life anymore, but the ones that I do have now, they've been friends with me for years and years and years, and we're sisters at this point. So you need to be a good friend. Being a good friend is important, and having good friends are important too. So take some of those things and just try to, you know, maybe be a better friend, because we can all work on being better at something. You know what I'm saying? So if that's not your strongest trait, take these things that I said today and apply it in your life and apply it in your friendships and your relationships. And I'm telling you, things will more than likely get better. So I'll see you next video, and have a wonderful day. Bye, beautiful.